Hey big guy, thanks for clicking on my video, or gal, I don't know. But I'm giving away a 3/8 Milwaukee Ratchet, and I want you to be able to win it. Stick around to the end of this video, and I'll show you exactly how to win it. See you there. Mic's on? Cool. It is cold out, dude. I don't know why I did this outside. All right, so I'm gonna start this video by saying there are certain tools that everybody should have when it comes to keeping tools in your vehicle. But that being said, you're the one that drives your vehicle every day. You should have a pretty good idea on what types of things could go wrong with your vehicle.
Ah! Your car's on fire!
So maybe it's a good idea to kind of take the list that I'm gonna give you today and kind of maybe build off of that. So obviously you're not gonna be swapping out a motor on the side of the road. And if you are, you're probably a gosh dang legend, dude.
Give this man a beer.
I don't want a beer anymore.
You're gonna have a beer!
But that being said, I think you should keep the tools in your vehicle to a minimum, and I don't think you should spend that much money on these tools. The biggest reason I think you need to keep these tools cheap is because be out here stealing shit, dude. I would go to Harbor Freight or Home Depot, go to the clearance section and just see what you can find there. I don't recommend going out and spending a bunch of money just to put tools in your vehicle. So reason number two why I think you should not keep a bunch of expensive tools in your vehicle, such as impacts, stuff with like batteries and stuff. If you live in a cold environment, say Michigan, just look at it right here. It's 21 degrees. And there's nights where it gets down to like -3 degrees, -4 degrees. So if you have batteries or something like that in your vehicle, those batteries are gonna freeze up. And a lot of times batteries are more expensive than the tool itself. So it's not good to let your batteries freeze. And we all know this.
It's science.
So just keep that in mind when you're throwing tools into your vehicle. It's one thing if like you're going on a road trip and you're like, oh, I'm gonna throw this impact in here, and if we have a flat tire or something, we'll be able to zip it off real quick. That's different, totally different. Like I do that all the time when I'm going up north or going down south or something like that. I'll just throw an impact in there, and if it gets stolen, whatever, you know, it's tough, but at least I had it in case. And if somebody does steal it, maybe they'll make good use of it. I don't know. Not everybody has a bunch of extra space in their car. I mean, a lot of times you have hockey bags or golf bags or something in there, and it's just one extra thing to throw in there. You don't want a whole bunch of tools like laying out and stuff like that. So I would recommend getting like a little bag or something, and you could just toss all your tools right in that bag. That's what I do. I have like a little Milwaukee bag that I keep like a couple sockets in, a ratchet, and good stuff like that. And I'll go over that list more in depth right now. So, tool number one that I think you should have in your vehicle at all times is a flashlight, dude. All right? Think about it. Everything always happens in the most inconvenient times, and it's probably gonna happen to you at night. So a flashlight will come in handy so much, dude. And I highly recommend a flashlight that has like a magnetic end to it, so you can just stick it on the side of your car. Sorry to the guys that drive aluminum vehicles. Figure it out, dude. I don't know. You'll be able to just use both your hands when working on stuff. It'll be great, okay? I promise. It'll be really great. Just get a flashlight, okay? You can pretty much fix anything with a flashlight, I'm pretty sure, so yeah. Tool number two. And it's 3 sockets. 3 sockets that I think you should have when putting tools in your vehicle. Those 3 sockets are gonna be a 17 mil, a 19 mil, and a 21 millimeter black torque socket. You're gonna want those because those 3 sockets are the most common sockets on any vehicle here in the United States. And you can Google it too. So don't take my word for it. Or if you don't like helping other people out on the side of the road, you can just use a socket that your vehicle needs. But I'm just recommending you to have a socket of some kind so you are able to take your wheel off of your vehicle in a pinch. So thank you, yes. According to Google AI, a flat tire is the most common issue that you're gonna have going down the roadway, all right? So, that being said, scissor jacks are probably the most disgusting thing I've ever seen in my life. off. They are freaking terrifying, dude. Probably the scariest thing since freaking Hitler. I highly recommend going to Harbor Freight or Home Depot or something and just finding a little like floor jack. Harbor Freight has a aluminum one. I don't know what it's rated for weight wise, but I think they're like 126 bucks. They're small enough to where you could just toss it in the back of your vehicle and it'd be out of the way, and they break down. You can take the rod off of them and set them aside. So I highly recommend something like that because they're gonna be way more sturdy on the roadway. Always, 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 when you're changing a tire out on the side of the road, as soon as you get that tire off of there, just slide it right under the car. That way, if a jack or scissor jack does give out, you can still get your car off the ground, because if you don't have a tire under your car, it's gonna go straight to the ground and you won't be able to get a jack or anything under your vehicle. Just a little roadway safety tip. All right, all right. And if you need a jack, you're probably gonna need something to take your tire off with. Going back to the impact, if you're on a road trip or something like that, awesome. You have an impact that you can use to take your tire off. 9 times out of 10, you probably don't. A breaker bar or a 4-way bar deal thing, you can get them at Harbor Freight, believe it or not. You can have a tire changed out in 10 minutes with a breaker bar. Same with a 4-way. So I highly recommend carrying a breaker bar or a 4-way in your vehicle at all times, because one, if they get cold, cool, you know, metal don't care. Batteries care though. Batteries care. Science cares. All right. For this next one, if you have the extra room, this would be great. Just grab like a 1/4-inch socket set from anywhere. I don't care if it's a Home Depot, Harbor Freight, Lowe's, whatever. You can get a plastic case for, you know, 50 bucks. Probably even cheaper than that, and just get a 1/4-inch set. Say if your battery goes bad or something like that, you can easily get in there, change that battery out, tighten down your terminals with the 1/4-inch set. You're gonna love it when you have it. If you don't have it, or if you took it out of your car, you're like, oh my God, dude, now I gotta call AAA. Dang it. And then you're gonna be waiting on the side of the road for 4 hours until they get to you, depending on where you're at. So you don't wanna do that. Just have the tools so you can fix it yourself. For the bonus tool. Now, unless you can keep this tool outside of your vehicle somehow, it's probably not gonna help you much, but this is definitely one of those tools that are like How I Met Your Mother kind of tool. It's these little pouches that you can air up. So it's in case somebody locks their keys in their car, and you can slip these little pouches in between the B-pillar and the door frame, and you can air them up. Bip, 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 bip. They're great for breaking into cars. You can get just enough space in between your B-pillar and your door frame, so you can get something down in there to unlock your vehicle. Say your future wife locks her keys in her car in the mall parking lot, and you just so happen to be driving by and see a damsel in distress over there. And you're like, all right, I got that little pouch thing, you know, I got that pouch on me. You know, if you're looking for marriage, you know, I got that pouch on me if I'm looking for marriage all the time, you know? That's just how it is. I'm married, so that's how I met my wife, so. All right, so I told you guys in the beginning of the video that I'm giving away another 3/8 Milwaukee Ratchet. The only problem that I had in the first one is that I didn't have any way of contacting you guys. Luckily, I found the guy, won it. So what I'm gonna do is I want you guys to subscribe, and then in the link below, just click on that and send me your email, because then I'll have a way of letting you guys know that you won. I'm not gonna be sending out stupid emails, so don't worry about that. This is strictly just to be able to contact you guys if you guys win. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. It's a beer slushie.